Hi, all, and welcome to Monday Night's Treasure Vortex with Gypsy from YouTube Zero Discrimination and GypsyDigs.com, and myself, Amanda Digger Degaz. We welcome you to the first Monday night of May, because it's actually May already. It's crazy how time flies. I do apologize for last week. Business had to travel for it, and yeah, we didn't get in a pre-recorded show because the weekend before traveling for the week, I was basically running straight. So yeah, so I apologize to all our listeners that there was no show last week. And I do have to say, I have a bajillion packages that are going out this week. So everyone that has won in the last couple weeks and on the Facebook post, there's two of you that, knew the key phrase, and those packages will be going out this week as well. So look forward to having those in your mailbox. But hey, Gypsy, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great.
Good,
Good
good,
to
good.
be back.
Nice. It is. It is good to be back, and I'm excited for our special guest tonight, Jaki Burks. So that will be fun.
Will be. So I know last week you weren't able to get out because you were traveling and you were in Colorado on work and
Yep.
stuff. But have you got to do, before that, did you get to do any treasure hunting or any treasure hunting this week, or have you just been trying to play catch up?
No, actually, before I got out, I got to the excavation piles, and I'm not sure if we talked about this prior or not. I ended up finding a large scent, a really nice looking one, actually. Um,
Sweet.
Yep, it is an 1835. I think that's Cornet head. Um, so that was pretty cool. And then I did get out mudlarking on Saturday because it had rained the whole time I was gone. So I was like, oh, that's always a good sign that it washes the mud away. And actually, now we're in like flood warnings because of the torrential rain yesterday, last night, and coming for the next 2 days. So I got back to the excavation piles this evening, and I got a pewter spoon or utensil handle, and it came out of the ground pristine. And I'm like, oh my gosh! And I don't have a case that's big enough for something like that, so I stuck it in my sweatshirt pocket. And by the time I got back to my truck and took it out of my pocket, it was already falling apart. I'm like, no. Um, but thankfully, I picked up some Elmer's glue this weekend, so I can save it before it totally disintegrates. How
Oh
about
boy.
how about you? Have
Good
you
luck
gotten
with
out?
that. I have. Let me see. I'm trying to think what we discussed on the podcast last time and
You
when
were,
that was. I know that I was in Louisiana, I think, at the time
yep,
with Dear Dawn,
yes.
and we were riding in the truck, and I don't remember exactly everything we said, but yeah, I do. I'm trying to think. Were we on our way back to the motel that day? And I think we went out again the next day.
Yep, you were gonna be going out the next
Okay,
day.
yeah, that was on a Monday. So, yeah, we went out the next day. So, if you haven't watched our friends from the field, the Garrett team, Ringy and KG, they have a quick hitter video out, which gives our little trip to Louisiana after, we finished up at the Garrett hunt. A few of us of the field team went out and got to go digging with Dear Dawn, and what a treat, what a treat. I had so much fun with her, and then after we finished, she rode with me back, and I dropped her off at her hotel and then went on home, and it was just a blast. We were metal detecting half of the day, the second day, and pretty quick after we got out there. So the way the contest was, if you haven't watched the video yet, with them, we divided up into teams, and we had the bottom feeders, which was we each got to name each other's team, and So our team was Dawn, myself, and Miguel, and then we ended up adding Bob, which Dawn, if you've watched her video yet, she calls Bob the big-hearted. And he is. He's got such a big heart, sweet guy. And we were the nibbling nutrias, which is basically like a giant rat bottom feeder and like the swamp stuff. Anyway, so we were divided up into these teams, and the way it went was, and then there was another guy we met there that is from Louisiana, local guy that had some maps, showed us some maps, and the first day, let's see, Bob ended up, I think was the first day he ended up with a silver coin. So the way we divided up was the team that had the oldest silver coin or the best silver coin and was one of the winners, and the team that had like the best relic. So I actually found pieces of one of my bucket list finds the first day we were out, but it's all in pieces and it's shredded. And but you know, I've always wanted to find a Civil War powder flask, and I found part of a shredded one.
It's awesome.
But you know, that was cool. Someday I will get my whole one. I just know it. Just got to keep putting it out to the universe. And then Bob got, I think, the oldest coin got the only silver coin that day, that first day, until we went out to the field. And then I ended up getting a mercury dime. And so we already had 2 silvers on the board. And then the other team had, I think, I don't want to give it all away though. The other team, let's see, KG had some really cool stuff that first day. He had a really cool watch fob he found, along with some other stuff. And so I won't give it away unless you've already seen the video, the quick hitter video from them, because I just started editing just a little, downloading some of the footage from the Louisiana trip yesterday. So hopefully I'll get that out this week, and I'll be sharing, you know, kind of my view from it, which usually what I like to do is it's not highlighted. I show, you know, individual things that I dug and stuff like that. So it'll be neat to see a different point of view of our Louisiana trip. But my highlight of the whole trip, honestly, was just getting to hang with Digger Dawn. She is so much fun, and it'll be interesting to see my silver dance because my dance really wasn't that bad, but the problem was she speeds it up, and when I was lifting my leg once and I put my foot back down, we were at the edge of one of those big fields, the plowed fields, and the ground is uneven, so I kind of lose my step. So it'll be funny. It will be funny. So it'll be fun to see Digger Dawn. She told me yesterday she was already started editing for the Louisiana trip, so I'm anxious to see her rendition of that trip because she just did such a wonderful. She did well. You know, she just records everything and talks about everything as it's happening, and just does such a great job with her videos, and just kind of just brings you along more of a vlog, where me, I want to get out there and I want to get digging, and that's what mine's about. So it's a lot different. But anyway, enough of my rambling. We need to bring in our special guest. I know V just popped in line, so she's seen the video. Some of you that aren't familiar who Jaki Burks is, so Jaki and I met, I'm trying to think now, it's been 8 months, 9 months. She can correct me in a minute when we bring her in. But when I first met Jaki, she had, well, we'll let her tell you what detector she had first. Let's just go ahead and bring her in and let her tell you from her point of view. So welcome, Jaki. Welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you on.
Hey there, ladies. Thanks so much for having me on. I'm super thrilled to be on your podcast tonight.
Well, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. So I'll let you, Jaki, go ahead and tell people, how long you've been detecting and a little bit about yourself, where you live, etc. first, and let you introduce yourself first.
Cool. Yeah. So I currently live in Dallas. I've been here 31 years, but I am a Midwest girl. I grew up in a small town in Missouri, southeast Missouri, and my grandparents were farmers, and my dad was a truck driver, and he was a big sportsman, so I spent a lot of time outdoors with him growing up, fishing. I tried hunting with him once. That didn't last very long. I ended up shooting at a squirrel, and I hit it, and it dropped, and so we go to find it. And then the whole time I'm thinking, oh, my God, I hope I didn't kill it. I hope I didn't kill it. And so the rest of that hunting trip, I remember carving my initials in a tree and, sort of going that route. But I always loved going out with him into the outdoors. The fishing part, same thing, just tons of fun with him. But so somewhere along the line, I came across, understanding what people do with metal detectors, and always wanted one as a kid, but it wasn't something I felt like, I could ask my parents to get for me. It just seemed like they were so expensive. So it was just always just a little fantasy that I had. And because I loved exploring and finding rocks with holes in them. And I remember looking through people's trash piles, that they burned. And I remember one time finding a quarter, and I was thinking, oh, this is a very old quarter, wonder what this is worth, and the story, and just finding things. But so I gave myself an excuse 10 years ago when I became a real estate agent. I thought, here's my opportunity. Not that I needed an excuse, but for whatever reason, that's what it took. And I thought, I can always use a detector to find boundary markers, on properties. And so that was my excuse. So I did my research. I